I awoke drenched in sweat today. My past memories are haunting me even in my dreams. I should not have returned. I cleared my thoughts and decided to carry on with what I had begun. I set off for our family's manor in Wales so that I could finish what William couldn't. I hope Eleanor will not refuse my visit. I don't even know whether she'll still remember me. According to William's diary, the next key must be somewhere at the manor. I have to obtain it. However, I have no clue as to where to start looking. The grate is locked. I'll wait for a while. Maybe the ringing was too short for anyone to hear me. It seems that the wires inside barely connect. Hello? Is anyone there? No one heard me. The upper spikes look as sharp as the lower ones. There's no going this way. The left leg of the statue is broken off. There's a nail stuck in the column. It wasn't at all hard to pull out. I'll try to stick the nail under the doorbell so that it connects the wires. That seems to have helped. Someone's coming.
What do you want, sir? Madam Eleanor is not expecting anyone today.
I am Samuel Gordon from Black Mirror. I am here to visit Eleanor. Take me to her, please.
I'm sorry, sir, that's quite impossible.
What do you mean?
Pardon me, you said you were a Gordon?
Yes, Samuel Gordon, the son of Randall Gordon.
I'd like to trust you, but I can't. There have been some problems recently, and I've got to be very careful about who I let in. Maybe if you could prove your identity somehow, sir.
I must say I expected a warmer reception.
I'm sorry, sir, I must insist.
I hope you will find this to be sufficient proof of my identity. It's William Gordon's mourning card. He is one of the reasons why I have come.
Of course, sir. I apologise for the disbelief. Some hoodlums tried to rob us a short while back, hence the extra caution, you see.
I understand. May we go in now?
Follow me. I'll see you inside. Pardon me, madam.
Yes, Louis? I see we have a visitor.
This is Samuel Gordon. He's come from Castle Black Mirror.
Oh, yes. I know who he is, Louis. That's all right. Is your memory failing you? I hope you welcomed our guest warmly, Louis.
I didn't know who he was, madam, and therefore I didn't want to let him in.
Welcome to Wales, Samuel. Hopefully Louis didn't annoy you too much.
No, madam. He explained the reasons for his cautious behaviour.
We need to be extra careful these days. We were almost robbed last week. But that is probably of little interest to you. So why are you delighting me with your visit?
Can we speak in private?
I understand. Louis, can you return to your duties now?
Certainly, madam.
Thank you. I am so glad you have come, Samuel. I have not seen anyone from the family in years, and time passes so slowly here. Tell me, how long are you planning to stay with us?
Several days, I expect, but I don't know yet.
Only a few days? That's a pity. Victoria wrote about what had happened to William. I liked him very much. He was a great man. I regret not attending the funeral, but I am weak, and a long journey might affect my health further. I explained everything to Victoria in a letter. I hope she is not angry with me. Do you know whether she received my letter? I have not received a reply, and I do not know what to think about it.
But I have her reply here. I promised to deliver it.
Really? You are very kind. I am not keen on waiting in uncertainty. I will read it this evening. But surely you have not come just to deliver a letter.
Tell me, madam, when did you last see William?
That was a very long time ago. Yes, I do remember. He came to visit me 2 years ago, along with Robert. It was nice to see them again after such a long time.
How long did they stay?
Less than a month, I think. Why are you asking about it anyway?
I'm picking up certain pieces of a puzzle.
I see.
Do you remember any significant occurrence from that visit? Did William behave normally?
I do not remember him behaving in a... Or maybe, as I recall, he was enormously interested in our family tune. That surprised me. He seemed quite obsessed with it. In fact, he kept asking me about it all the time and finally convinced me to take him inside. I did not want anyone to disturb my ancestors' rest, but I eventually gave in. I don't know what he'd been after, though he did not want to answer any of my questions, even though I asked him directly. That day, he really did behave strangely.
William was inside the tomb. However, he found nothing, just as he recorded in his diary. I found William's personal diary, Eleanor. I read all the important records several times. He mentions the tomb you spoke about. Are you sure he did not tell you anything about it? Can you remember anything more from his visit?
Much time has passed since then, Samuel, but my memory still serves me well. He did not give me any idea why he'd been interested in that place so much. Nothing at all.
I understand. You most probably are aware of the curse that has harassed our family for so long. What do you think about it?
The curse of the Gordons? You would not believe such a tale, would you, being a young man of the modern age, Samuel?
The chronicles state that Durham Gordon found his final rest somewhere at this manor. Perhaps this refers to your family tomb.
I do not think so. The tomb is old, but not older than 200 years. As far as I know, The tales about Durgam reach much farther into the past. The only thing I know of him is the memorial with his name. Even if the chronicles did not lie, his grave would have certainly fallen apart a long time ago.
William knew that Durgam's key must be somewhere at the manor. I've got to get into that tomb somehow. Madam, do you know this man?
He reminds me of someone, but I may be mistaken. Am I supposed to know him?
Oh, I believe so. It's William's protégé.
James! I didn't recognize him in this older picture. I only knew him as a little boy. Oh, where could he be now?
He is in Robert's care, in the sanatorium in Ashbury.
Is he still... Poor lad. James was quite normal when he was young, but as he matured, that strange illness of his got worse. And he started to regress rapidly. That is why in the end William put him in Robert's hands. Poor boy. I'm glad you told me. At least I can pray for him.
I remember the last time I was here as well. However, I'm a little surprised that you remembered me.
Of course I remember you. I have not lived here all my life. You know, I also spent some years at the Black Mirror Castle. My memory is the only thing that still serves me well. You were very young then. I can certainly understand that you would not remember the boring visits of relatives from afar.
I would also like a word with Richard. Can you tell me where I can find him?
Richard? My husband? I do not know. We barely see one another. I will tell you why before you ask. It's that damned chemistry lab of his and all those nonsensical experiments. You see, when he was young, he was an avowed scientist but never made his breakthrough. Years ago, he stopped his experiments for a long time, and I thought it was for good. But lately, the old fool has returned to those silly experiments and would rather spend his time with a microscope and formulae rather than with me.
So you don't know where I can find him?
I am angry with him right now. I'm not interested in the least what he is doing or where he is. I forbade him to carry out any experiments in the mansion, because I am afraid something might happen. If you want to talk to him, go to the old house in the garden. Most of the time, he closets himself in there with his chemicals. Surely you will be able to find him.
May I know which room you plan to make available for me this evening?
Louis will get the east room ready for you. It is cozy and warm. You are my guest.
Thank you. Do you know that after having traveled a whole day, I almost did not make it past your main gate?
Yes, I do. Louis did not want to let you in. You must forgive him. He's only doing what he has been told.
Oh, it wasn't just Louis. The doorbell doesn't work.
Oh well, this whole place is falling apart. Many things do not work anymore. The mansion is slowly deteriorating. Richard does not care about these things, and I cannot manage it all alone. I'm glad I at least have Louis to help me. Without him, the garden would have become desolate a long time ago. Would you please tell Louis to fix that silly doorbell?
Certainly. Eleanor, have you ever seen anything like this?
No. What is it supposed to be?
Oh, I hoped you would tell me.
I'm sorry.
According to William's diary, an object similar to this one should be somewhere here at the manor.
I really have not seen anything like it before.
Will you allow me to examine the grounds of the mansion?
Gladly. Consider yourself at home. Just tell Louis that you are my guest.
Look at these pictures. Do the images make any sense to you?
No, I'm afraid they don't. So what do the symbols mean?
I'm not sure myself, but I hope to find out. I think I'll go now. A common mirror, nothing special. The coat of arms of the Wales branch. Our family line is much older. The wood is crackling within the flames. The whole room is comfortably warm. I won't rest before the evening. Matthias Gordon, Eleanor's father. He was a famous piano virtuoso in his time. I am not familiar with these coats of arms. They are not ours. Perhaps they belong to relatives of Eleanor's. A staircase leads to the rooms in the upper floor. I'll go to my room in the evening. I can't see inside. The glass is very dirty. Perhaps no one lives in this part of the house. I don't know what species it is, but it smells lovely. There are many of them around. They probably thrive on the damp air. The water is quite clean, no algae or mud. It reminds me of our ill-fated pond. I've never seen leaves of such vibrancy before. It's probably a very special species. May we talk?
What do you want?
Do you know that the bell on the main gate is not working?
Yes, I'll know, but I only have one pair of hands. When I've finished with other things, I will attend to it.
Well, you really should go fix it right away. It is Eleanor's wish.
Okay, I will get this done and then I'll fix it.
I think I'll go now.
Sir, that path leads to the old garden. Visitors are not permitted back there.
Madam has given me permission as her guest to go wherever I please.
Oh, in that case it's all right, sir.
The hose is fixed to the faucet with a strong wire. I'll get it off. Just turning the faucet should be enough to make the water run now. I don't need to wash anything yet. I haven't got time to sit here. Pity though, this place is beautiful. There's no way to see inside from here. An old water ditch. It could be quite deep. Now it's overgrown with bushes and tall grass. I'd say it has survived from the times of the old manor. just like the old grape that's bearing it. When was the last time water was running it? According to what Eleanor said, Richard should be somewhere inside this old house. It seems to be deserted. Locked. It won't move a single inch. It seems that the key is in the lock on the other side. D and J.B. Fraser. These names don't ring a bell. Someone dropped it here. Nothing that I would be interested in. The staircase doesn't look very stable. The lower steps are broken. I can't go up. There's no going inside this way. These boards seem newer than the other ones on the house. Someone must have mended the hole recently. This hole must let quite a bit of water in when it rains. If Richard stays in this house, it's certainly not in the room with the hole in the roof. This must be it. Durham Gordon's tomb. I've got to get inside somehow. Part of the stone fence that the wall could no longer bear. It's sinking into the earth, saturated by the swamp. The swamp in the rear part of the garden could be quite deep. I cannot go there. Strange. The soil here is of different color than anywhere else in the garden. It must have been here for hundreds of years. It may be as old as the ruins of the church behind it. An old carving in the stone tablet reads, Durham Gordon, 1523. The rest of the carving is illegible. Durham's memorial. The same species as the other shrubs in the garden. This one doesn't blossom, though. Strange. Perhaps the dampness from the nearby swamp is affecting it. Who knows? A dead shrub. Nothing interesting. The grate is locked. May I bother you for a moment?
You are not bothering me, Samuel. I like talking to you.
I went to the old house at the rear of the garden as you suggested, but the door was locked.
Oh, that does not surprise me. Richard is crazy about all those tubes and flasks and treats them as if they were something valuable. Ask Louis. He brings him his meals. He probably keeps the key with him.
May I ask what that composition is that you are playing?
It is from a distant memory. I love this song. It has so much melancholy in it. If you are interested, I could play some more for you in the evening.
That would be delightful. I had a look at your family tomb at the end of the garden. It looks quite well preserved, unlike the ruins on the hill.
Yes, but its base is slowly sinking into the swamp. I have no idea what to do about it. The swamp is spreading more and more. In a few years, I may even see it from my window, and all those annoying insects will be flying everywhere.
Do I understand correctly that you do not wish that anyone enter the tomb? I would like to ask you to make an exception and let me in.
I'm sorry, Samuel. I really don't want anyone stepping inside. The dead deserve a dignified rest.
I understand. I won't insist. I conveyed your message to Louis. He'll fix the doorbell by the evening.
Thank you.
I think I'll go now. May we talk?
What do you want?
Louis, I'd like to have a look in the family tomb in the back garden.
There is nothing to be seen there, sir.
I'll decide that for myself. Can you open it for me?
No, sir, I can't. Madam has explicitly forbidden it. I can't let anyone in.
Surely, nothing bad will happen if you let me in. Lend me your key, and I'll bring it back in a minute. No one will find out. It will stay just between us.
Madam would certainly fire me if I broke her explicit order. I can't do anything.
Obviously, Louis won't open the grate. Oh well, at least I know who has the key. Madam told me you have the key to the old house at the back of the garden. I need it.
But I haven't got it. Madam must have made a mistake.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am.
I think I'll go now.